Good evening, everyone. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Monday, December 3rd, 2012. All right, on the screen, I hope you all have had a wonderful weekend. It's Sunday evening at 5:30. The S&Ps are open, overnight trading session, and this is a big picture of the S&Ps going all the way back to the run from March of '09 back at 666, ominous number, all the way up to this present high at 1469. Okay, so big picture. For those of you who are just joining us, I know there are a lot of people who have signed up for this. These are the Triton waves. It's an algorithm that I wrote a year ago, and it's the third in a series of algorithms that I've produced. The ABC waves were first, and the combo waves, and now the Triton waves. So these are the latest in the series. This is Triton wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, otherwise known as T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, and I do them across all time frames, whether they're Globex 24-hour or whether they're tick charts. So let's take a quick look at this. I have a couple lines in the sand here. One of them is 1421, and it's the top of all these markers from going back from March of 2012 to May to August and back up through the breakthrough here. This is what I call the Bernanke bump, Bernanke-Bendragi bump, otherwise known as Bendragi, that I coined, with three heads, and now a shoulder, back through, and back up to, it's actually gone a little bit through the neckline, but it has not breached the 1421, which is my line in the sand. With this entire move up, T1, 2, 3, and 4 have remained below zero, and 5 is just skimming the bottom. Now the long wave on 5 is still above zero, and that's yet to be reckoned with, because you can see from past history, when it goes above zero, it's up here, like in September of '09. It's way off the bottom, but it gives you an idea of its consistent upbeat direction. So this is kind of like a dragging indicator because it is a daily chart. On a tick chart, it's a completely different story. So I like to use the T1 on daily charts, T1 or the 21-minute cash, and I'll be doing comparisons between the 21-minute and the 144 Globex price. So we've had a sell signal on this since 1437 on October 12th. Came back down here almost to the 233 exponential moving average, and now we're bumped up against this tremendous overhead supply. And it's resistance, 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 support, 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 resistance, and now resistance again. Personally, I don't think it's how, I can't imagine how it's going to bust through here. Right now, we are down 150. Friday was a completely blotto day, which is kind of surprising. I thought it would move a little bit to the downside, but it was, here's Friday's action right here. So it finished near the middle of the range at 1450, and it tried to get up to that resistance area 1421, got rejected at 1419.75. So it was the window dressing for November, and so that should make December very interesting. Let's collapse this a little bit here and do a comparison of the 144. Okay, now the 144 has been consistent since T1 on the daily has moved down. T3 on the 144 cash has moved down, which is really you want You want to use the daily as a trend. You want to start using the 144 and lower for swing trades. So this moved down right about into our call area. We called it for 14. I'm sorry, we called it for 1330. It actually hit 1340, and with a bounce up here, a clear bounce. Yet T5 is still below zero. So let's look at the 21. Let me see what I have over here on a 144. Whoops, hang on. Okay, so the 144 cash is on the right. The 144 Globex is on the left. So that's equivalent to like a 21 period cash price, this Globex, because it goes all night long. But you can see the entries for all the way over on the left. The screen is only September 13th, which is here. So this portion from, on the right-hand chart, the cash price on the 144 cash compared to the 144 Globex, the Globex starts right here and goes down. So you can see, even though it's trending, because it's trending down and giving you that signal, that's this entire screen, all these places, the upside, downside, upside, downside, upside, and the very, very clean entrances, including this one that's coming up right now that I believe will be resistance for this, but we have to wait until this below zero, and then below zero and above zero. Once it does that, that's a clean entrance to the downside. So let's see what the 21 compare. I'll show you the 21 is virtually similar. The 21 cash is virtually similar to the 144 Globex. And already you can see how clean this is. Okay, T3 on, just follow the arrow, follow the cash above it as the line moves across. This is a sell, a buy, a sell, a buy. These are all 3 or 4 day swing trades, and this went below zero for the first time on, again, the last 2 hash marks of the trade on Friday. And this is basically why I stayed in a short position over the weekend. So far I'm not worried about it. It's down 125. It's 5:30 Sunday evening Central Time. Let's take a look and see what the ABC waves look like here. For the 21-minute cash, it's basically the same thing. You can see entrance. You can see a sell here, a buy here, a sell here, a buy here, even though this is kind of like a neutral zone. A buy here, and once this fails on the downside, you may lose a few clicks on this, but once this fails, you know that you can go to the next lower bar, which is the B wave, or the next one even below that, which is the C wave. So the C wave, basically the major plays here, we're down below zero on 11.7 and above zero on 11.16. Let's look at, let's see if we can find some good trades here. We're going to move this to the 21. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's move this back over to, okay, this is now a cash price on the left. On the right is they're not really giving very good signals here. It was kind of flat on the day. If we go out and extend this a little bit, poor signals on Friday. So we got to drill down when you're not getting good signals on the smaller waves, and you have to drill down to. Okay, so this was a little bit better, not much better, but Friday was kind of a quirky day. I think the best signal here is the move up toward the end of the day. And this is kind of dribbled down all day, and T5 showed you that. Okay, Apple's kind of sporadically moving, participating in this move to the upside. It hit resistance at the 144 exponential moving average, and all these waves that are coming in here on the daily chart on the left hand side. We have the 89, we have the 55, we have the 144, and kind of like a semi-crossing of the 8 and the 21, which is really nothing because T1 through T5 are below zero, except for the long wave, which we can discount because it's kind of like it's too long to consider as a buy or a sell. We have to use the shorter waves on that. So if we move down to the 987 tick chart on Apple, you can actually trade this during the daytime. Here at 10:33 on 11/28, on November 28th, this went, even on T2, that's even better. T2 went above zero at 11:52 at 577, and it jumped up the next morning, T2, and it stayed up until right about this point at 589, and then you could have just ridden it down through the end of the day down to 583. So there are shots that you can take on a tick chart during the daytime on trading. You can do the same thing on the B wave. If you don't already have the B wave, just take a look at the pink wave here. Pink wave shows you the same thing. Down here, up here, and down here. And these are all over a, some of them are swing trades, some of them are day trades. This particular one is a swing trade. So if you don't have the ABC waves, I'll put up a sheet at the end so you can see where you can get them. But these are the ones available for purchase if you want to follow during the daytime and do your own trading. Okay, Goldman Sachs, another sideways move. It moved up at one point on the daily. It looked like it was going down. It actually opened up like 2 or 3 points below on the 28th, and then came back down again. And if it was going to have a follow through, it should have shot right up back here to the old highs. But instead, it opened up high and closed low, and then opened up halfway up the candle, and then finished near the dead low of the day on Friday. I don't like the bank stocks. I don't know about all the bank stocks, but I don't care for. I don't like Goldman Sachs right in here. And also, what I didn't notice before, until I just pulled this chart up, was that on this trading day, on that 0.94 negative on the day, 0.94 points down on Friday, this actually triggered a sell signal on T1 had already given a sell signal. Now T2 has given a sell signal at, although albeit a very small one, 0.0004. That is close enough for me. I like Goldman on the downside. In fact, I have a position on the short side, a put position. I still like, with the possibility that this market could move down rapidly, I still like Goldman at 96, or following this trend line. And it would still be in an upward trend line even though it hit 96, 97. So just keep that in mind. These are day trades on Goldman on the 610 back through here. These are within in the past 5 trading days. A sell here, a buy here, a sell here, a buy here, a sell here. Just like easy. What I've done with the Triton waves is kind of smooth it out, so you don't get the entries at the absolute top, but you don't get sucked into trading it or trading out of it, because if you try for the entries that are absolutely exact, then what you do is when it comes down here for like 5 minutes, the hash marks, the indicator, the wave will dip below zero and catch you out. So I kind of slowed down the waves a little bit so you can get the curve on the bottom or you can actually go to, you're not always getting the full extent of the entire wave, but your profits are consistently higher. Your trades are consistently profitable, I should say. So in this case, you got the dead highs here. Let me see what would have gotten you out here. Well, what would have gotten you out here if you didn't take this curve up on T1 was the fact that between November 14th low and November 27th high, you had a 618. This is a 618 retracement, and also it matches this other low. So you could have used that as an indicator. This came up. It should have gone up and hit this high because it's already past the 618, but it did reverse, which is another indication of how weak I think Goldman Sachs is. Okay, Google is kind of doing its own thing. They are on the 610. On the 610, you can either see this goes back to November 9th. Actually, this is November 2nd. So this is just playing T1 in the 610 tick chart. T1 is showing you down below zero, and you can see what the cash price is. Down below, up above, below, sell, buy, and sell, but it's kind of like trickling up since that last sell signal. It's up another 6 points, which is what it did on Friday. Be aware that when you go against T5, then it's a shorter term perspective because T5 acts as your anchor. And actually, we can put up a 21 here. And because the 21 is above zero on T5, T4, T3, then that acts as your anchor also. So when these are above zero, you don't want to take the short side. And as it turns out, when T1 went below zero right here, it was kind of like if you made a point or broke even, you were lucky. So this would be the entrance right here, T1 above zero with T5 above zero, and on the daily, on the 21-minute cash on the left, T1 above zero. Let's take a look at one more, Amazon. I'll let you guys go. Okay, Amazon. I had a line up here that was breached. Let me just redraw this again really quickly here. Okay. I said whoops, I don't think this line is right. All right, now it's right. Okay, so I was looking at and watching on the 21 as this is going further and further up. T1, 2, and 3 has gone below zero in the past 2 trading days. T3, which doesn't have any of the hiccups at T1 and T2 because it's very solid. You can see on October 26th, this moved up as well as the cash price moved down with the cash price on T3 below zero on 11.8, moved above on 11.16, and has been above. It's about to go down. It's trending down. And also, if you notice on the 610 tick chart that goes back to this reversal back on 11.15 is the bottom of this chart here. If you just follow it and follow it and follow it, it's followed this trend line very, very nicely, broke through it on Friday, came back down, and then came up above right to that trend line. So it may just keep on moving back up, and we may have to reset the trend line. Right now, because T4 and T5 is going above, you just have to keep an eye on T3. And it looks like this may want to go, T1 may want to go above 0 on the 610, and it may follow, it may go sideways or it might go up, but T5 is the anchor and it's above 0. So I'm not ready to call a move on the downside on Amazon, but it is in my radar because it's taken this huge move up. Let's take a look at the daily really quickly. And it looks like Amazon actually may, it looks like T5 is above 0, T4. Okay, I changed my mind on this. This looks like it wants to just go straight to 262. I don't know what it's going to do when it gets there, but we'll just have to keep looking at the waves really carefully. All right, that's all I have for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good luck trading on Monday. This should be a very, very exciting December because basically everything is out. Everything's out of the way, and they're just going to battle back and forth between the fiscal cliff and all the likely participants who are going back and forth between the president, Harry Reid, Boehner, Bernanke, Bendraghi, Pelosi, and every name. You're going to hear every name all day long on CNBC News about who has the upper hand. So it's going to be a very, very exciting December. Okay, for those of you who are interested in acquiring for download the ABC waves that are available, you can follow me on these free videos at night that I upload to YouTube and on LinkedIn and Twitter. And also you can participate during the daytime on your own and take in some of these profits. These are like every day we have some profits coming in and trades on the waves that are quite handsome profitably. So they're available at Trade the Markets under the trading indicator, or you can go directly to this. You're going to have to you can't copy and paste this, but you can write it down, or you can call 512-266-8659. These ABC waves are available for TradeStation, eSignal, Sierra Charts, and Ninja Trader. Good luck trading. I'll see you at the next update, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.